most ever given up by the Cowboys. An unheard of 40 first downs. That set an NFL record. And they were the first team since the '66 Cowboys to gain 625 and score 7 touchdowns. Jason Garrett now in his 4th full season as the head coach in Dallas. Sean Payton went to New Orleans in 2006 and has had a tremendous amount of success. Thomas Morstead will kick off. Interesting to note, most teams these days, when they win the toss, defer, but not the Cowboys. They have not deferred. They won the toss. They've elected to receive. They don't want to start behind 3-0 or 7-0.
Yeah, and the Saints offense, sometimes you get behind them and it ends up being a really long night. They experienced that a season ago.
So Bryant getting ready as the offense will be coming out after the Dallas Cowboys receive the opening kick. There's Jason Witten, longtime tight end. Morstead, who is their punter. Shane Graham is their kicker, but Morstead has the kickoff duties. Played his college football up in Big D at SMU. And off we go from AT&T Stadium. And we start with a touchback. And so the Dallas Cowboys will take over at the 20-yard line. And here are their starters.
Tony Romo, Eastern Illinois University.
DeMarco Murray, Oklahoma.
Dez Bryant, Oklahoma State.
Terrence Williams, Baylor.
Jason Witten, Tennessee.
James Hanna, Oklahoma.
Tyree Smith, USC.
Ronald Leary, University of Memphis.
Travis Frederick, Wisconsin.
Zach Martin, Notre Dame.
Doug Freak, Northern Illinois University.
That offensive line has been rebuilt over the past 4 years and is now one of the better ones in the league. DeMarco Murray, even counting today's games, is the leading rusher in the league. Came into the weekend on top. And when you throw in what everybody did today in the afternoon games, he is still on top. And out of the pistol, they start with Murray. And that's a gain of 2 up to the 22-yard line. Broderick Bunkley makes the stop. So Murray, a great back. There's no question about that. Can do so many things and do them well. 5.1 average is terrific. But the problem has been fumbling. He's fumbled in each of the last 3 games. And he fumbled in his last game last season.
Yeah, so 4 in a row and all in the first quarter. So obviously the focus of attention here to start this one.
And on 2nd and 9, off the play fake, Romo throws. He's been terrific on play action the last couple of weeks. And Terrence Williams makes the catch up at the 36-yard line for a Cowboy first down.
Well, here's what the running game does for you here, though, because they have so many people now committed to try and stop the running game. You get a one-on-one route down the field against Corey White, and if you're Tony Romo and you get the ball out quickly, it works.
Come up in a 2 tight end set here with Witten and Escobar. Escobar was in the slot. To the left side goes Murray up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 1. Tony Romo, who missed the last game last season when he had that back surgery, 31 straight games, or almost the equivalent of 2 full seasons with the touchdown pass. Drew Brees holds that record with a 54-game streak. And on 2nd and 9. Stacking 2 receivers to the left. Romo looks that way, then goes over the middle, and the catch is made by Gavin Escobar, the number 2 tight end. He was picked in the 2nd round out of San Diego State last year. Curtis Lofton makes the tackle. Upcoming is 3rd and 3.
Well, one thing you know, Rob Ryan's not going to let Dez Bryant beat him. They doubled him a season ago, had him doubled here again, so now you've got to find plan B, and there it is. Gavin Escobar over the middle. So right now the Dallas Cowboys checking out what Rob Ryan does to all these different looks. They just went spread and it was effective.
Ryan, the defensive coordinator, was here and got fired 2 years ago and over to Sean Payton. 3rd and 2. Romo with that pump fake. Scrambles, tries to get out, as he does so often. We've seen this a million times. Flag is down for the moment the catch is made. Well, you saw the flag at the 40-yard line where Witten made the catch. And the Cowboys are moving downfield, everybody indicating it's going to be on the defense.
First of all, an incredible play by Tony Romo, but it was almost hilarious watching Jason Witten, who got knocked down the field, turned around, pointed to the official threw the flag, Witten got up and made the
Prior
play.
to the pass, illegal contact, defense number 31. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That's Gene's
With the game
territory.
clock operator, please reset the game clock to 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
So there's the knockdown. Witten begs for the flag, gets it, gets up, starts scrambling around. But this is really the story. Tony Romo in week 1 could not have done this. He did not look like this. Now he's back to moving around, little escapability, and they desperately needed to see that out of Romo.
When Witten got the flag, that would have been worth 5 yards. Then he gets up and turns it into a 16-yard gain at the Saint 41-yard line. Good fake to Murray, and then the pass goes to him. And Murray is out of bounds in front of the Saint bench at the 35. Let's take a look at the Saints starters.
Hakeem Hicks, University of Regina, Saskatchewan.
Broderick Bonkwin, Florida State University.
Cameron Jordan, UC Berkeley.
Junior Gervais Gillette, Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Remote Humber, Bison.
Curtis Lofton, Oklahoma.
Harris Harrelson, Tennessee.
Keenan Lewis, West Bank.
Kenny Vaccaro, Texas.
Jarris Byrd, Oregon.
Corey White, Stanford University.
And Byrd, the Pro Bowl safety, the big offseason pickup from the Buffalo Bills, as Murray puts his head down but gets slung back by Curtis Lofton, the ex-Falcon, 7th year in the league and 3rd with the Saints. Scott Linehan, there he is. He was the head coach at St. Louis a few years back, but now he is not the offensive coordinator, he's the passing game coordinator, but as you can see, he's the guy calling the plays this year.
Yeah, and it has been some major changes. A few years ago, Jerry Jones made the decision he didn't want Jason Garrett calling the plays, wanted to be a head coach, and it has been an evolution of who's been calling plays since then. We'll get into it.
And you see last year they were 0 for 9 on 3rd down. They've already converted on 3rd down tonight. Now they try to do it again on 3rd and a deuce, and they will as the catch is made by Jason Witten, the security blanket, his main man, 12 years in the league for Witten.
Well, tight ends sometimes can be too strong for safeties. Watch Jason Witten basically kind of just push off just a bit against Kenny Vaccaro, one of the strongest safeties that there is. But anytime you have somebody that is that much bigger and he can get a little separation just by giving that little nudge, gave Tony Romo all he needed.
Nice opening drive for the Cowboys. It's the 9th play, 3 runs, 5 passes, and Romo is 5 for 5 for 52 yards. Only a 3-man rush. Tony has time, throws outside, catch made. That's Dwayne Harris making the grab. He's tackled there by the cornerback Corey White.
Well, one of the things that when you talk about the New Orleans Saints defensively, I always thought one of their key guys was Keenan Lewis in the secondary. He is the closest thing to a shutdown corner that Rob Ryan has. And it is going to be some matchup tonight between Keenan Lewis and Dez Bryant. A week ago, Keenan Lewis was on Cordero Patterson, an outstanding young receiver in this league. And he is the guy, they play one-on-one a lot over there so they can rotate that defense the other way.
Lewis, former Steeler, but he's from New Orleans and wanted to go home, signed as a free agent. And here goes Murray through the middle with a big hole to set up a 1st down and goal. DeMarco Murray. Humber makes the tackle. Escobar helps to lead the way, the tight end with a block, 1st and goal.
The offensive lineman that probably gets the least amount of attention on this offensive line, Doug Free, look at that block. Just taking his guy, washing him all the way down, and then DeMarco Murray doing the rest.
Now the 11th play of this drive. So they won the toss, elected to receive, and so far so good for the Cowboys as they try to cash in. And they give it to Murray, and Murray gets backed up and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Hakeem Hicks makes the tackle. So Drew Brees is sitting and waiting, but this is exactly what the Cowboys want to do. Not only have an effective looking offense, which they have obviously on this drive, but chew up a lot of clock.
You know, we have just seen it so often now that when you get behind the New Orleans Saints, it just seems like you can never dig your way out of it. So it's a big difference on this drive between scoring a touchdown and kicking a field goal.
This drive going into his 8th minute. There's the delayed handoff, and then Romo throws, and it is caught in the end zone by Terrence Williams for the touchdown. A beautiful opening drive. Romo winds up 7 for 7. Murray carries 5 times. They go 80 yards in 12 plays.
Everybody thinks about Terrence Williams being the speedster, but this is how you make your chops in the National Football League. You go up, you know you're going to take a big shot, and you make the play. You see the double coverage on Dez Bryant. Tony Romo has figured out already, let's not go there, let's look away. He was telling us on Friday, we feel like our other matchups look really good in this one. What a drive.
Dan Bailey for the extra point. And for Terrence Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the season. Romo's 5th touchdown pass of the season. 7-0 Cowboys. Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine. By the Lexus GX, dare to be spontaneous. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Mariachi's outside the stadium. A lot going on in the Metroplex. Texas State Fair taking place opening this weekend. There was a game here yesterday between Texas A&M and Arkansas that went to overtime with A&M winning. And tonight, it's the Cowboys off to a good start against the Saints. And this is a bouncing ball that will be downed in the end zone by Travaris Cadet. Drew Brees and his gang ready to go to work for the first time tonight when we come back to Sunday Night Football. Don't miss a moment of Sunday Night Football this season with NBC Sports Live Extra. Take the game with you anywhere online and on tablet. Kind of interesting, even before the Dallas defense got set, Rolando McClain, who was a game-time decision, came out, and then when they saw who the offensive starters were for the Saints, they took him out and put Mo Claiborne in, who had been benched during the week. So already a change for the Dallas defense as Kyrie Robinson picks up 4 yards, taking it out to the 24. Drew Brees, sharp as ever, 14 years in the league. Started with San Diego as their number 2 draft choice, played behind Doug Flutie at the beginning of his career. Decided to sign with New Orleans post-Katrina in 06. Went there with Sean Payton. They've got a Super Bowl trophy and a lot of success. Now McClain is back in the game for Dallas. Brees climbs the pocket. Flag is down. Pass is incomplete off the hands of Jimmy Graham. Flag down at the 34-yard line. And we'll get the call from Gene Steratore.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 32. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And that's Orlando Scandrick.
Orlando Scandrick, who's taking over as the starter. You can't tug the jersey. You have to remember, and I assume all NFL players know this, that there is an official on the field that is assigned to every eligible receiver. So anytime that jersey gets tugged, 100% of the time you're going to get caught. So I don't know why they keep doing it.
Well, maybe 99.6. Somebody may miss it once in a while.
That's really a good point.
It's not that good. Brees climbs up again, and the pass is incomplete. Flag is down again. That's Marcus Colston, Barry Church, and Scandrick, after starting to clap their hands, now look around and go, huh?
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense number 52. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Linebacker Justin Durant.
Durant coming back from a groin injury a week ago. He was out. There he is right there. Just going to grab as he goes by. Another good call. Tough to cover all these guys, although in back-to-back plays now, it's been probably the most sure-handed receivers that they have. Jimmy Graham and then Marcus Colston, both dropping balls they ordinarily catch.
But 2 penalties on those plays, thus a first down from the 34. Here comes the blitz, and he's swinging out to Travaris Cadet. And Cadet up to the 41, tackled by Church. Let's take a look at the Saints starters.
Drew Brees, Purdue Boilermakers.
Kyrie Robinson, Wasabi Range.
Marcus Colston, Hofstra University.
Brandon Cooks, Oregon State.
Penny Stills, University of Oklahoma.
Jimmy Graham, the U.
Teron Armstead, The Yard.
Ben Grubbs, Auburn University.
Jonathan Goodwin, Michigan.
Jari Evans, Bloomsburg University.
Zach Streif, Northwestern.
Maybe the best tandem of guards in the league. Grubbs and Evans. He's swinging out here to Cooks, and he takes it to the 41-yard line. He's a rookie, drafted out of Oregon State and turned 21 years old this week. Sean Payton, head coach, and the play caller. Familiar chart.
A lot of highlights on there, and one of the highlights is Brandon Cooks, who is sort of taking over that Darren Sproles role, don't you think? A guy they're trying to just get the ball to in space a little bit, let him make some plays. One of the fastest guys at the combine, about 4.33. He can really move.
He and Traveris Cadet both filling that role as Sproles left to go to Philadelphia. And Breeze is able to get out of trouble and pick up a first down up at the 49-yard line. And that is Claiborne, Mo Claiborne, who is down. So Mo in and out of the news this week. Was demoted the other day. Left camp, came back, and now we have an injury timeout for him. Well, Mo Claiborne would like to forget about this week, leaving camp when he was demoted, but he actually wound up starting tonight, at least for the first play of the game. Then he gets hurt here, Chris.
Yeah, he just kind of gets run over. A little misstep there. We won't speculate on what it was, but we will speculate on the fact there are only 3 cornerbacks left on the Dallas Cowboys right now, so they may have to get creative with some of their safeties.
From the 47, after Breeze ran for that first down, good hole here. Tyree Robinson across midfield. Let's take a look at that Dallas defense.
George Selby, South Florida.
Nick Hayden, Wisconsin.
Tom Crawford, Boise State. Jeremy Mincy, Florida. Bruce Carter, North Carolina.
Rolando McClain, University of Alabama.
Justin Durant, Real HU, Hampton.
Brandon Carr, Grand Valley State.
Barry Church, Toledo.
J.J. Wilcox, Georgia Southern.
Orlando Scandrick, South Central Los Angeles.
So Scandrick, who missed the first 2 games for a PED violation, and they changed the policy to let him come back to the active roster after 2 weeks. Traveris Cadet makes that catch. Mincy stops him. It'll be 3rd down and a short 3.
Now, one of the things the Cowboys did a week ago to come back from that 21-0 deficit is they started blitzing a lot, and they really played much better. It seemed to sort of flip a switch, and they were more aggressive in the second half of that game, and Drew Brees, we've seen that before, kind of craning his neck and trying to see the action.
Cadet, and he'll get tripped up for no gain, making it 4th down. Traveris Cadet swinging to the outside. And you've got Armstead, the left tackle, who is slow in getting up for the Saints.
Really nice play there on the part of Orlando Scandrick. And one thing you'll notice in watching some tape on the Saints offensively is that Brandon Cooks, while he's a very exciting receiver, has some real problems as far as trying to make blocks on the edge, and it didn't happen again. Armstead appears to be okay, was down for just a moment. Good looking young left tackle, Thomas Morstead, will send it down toward Blaine Harris. I don't think this game could start any better for the Dallas Cowboys. And the nose down and backspin. And bounces at the 6-yard line. That was close. Yeah, very to hitting him. And the Cowboys will get the ball at the 10 with 3:43 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Cowboys. The Tonight Show, a bunch of really good guests coming up this week. Kate Walsh from NBC's Bad Judge. Tyler Perry will be along. Jennifer Garner and Emma Thompson will be there. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon this week on NBC. It's downtown Dallas in the distance, and back we come to AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Cowboys will start their second drive from the 11-yard line. Their first 80 yards for a touchdown. And begin it with Murray on the ground. Leading ground gainer up to the 15-yard line. All right, let's go back to the touchdown. A little NBC 360. No doubt about the double coverage there on Dez Bryant. But Jarris Byrd is going to come off late and almost make this play. Terrence Williams sprinting across the field, and he knew he's going to take that shot and held on. Very nice play by Terrence Williams, and good recognition by Romo to come right off the double team.
2nd and 5. They empty the back of Lance Dunbar. Comes in and he is stacked on the left side here. He's the backup to Murray. And Romo, a little dump pass over the middle. A yard short of the first down is Cole Beasley, tackled by Curtis Lofton. It'll be 3rd and 1 up at the 20.
Really good matchup on the outside here. Tyron Smith going up against their best pass rusher and Junior Gillette. Already has 2 sacks on the season, and Tyron Smith has hands that just are vice grips. The Cowboys talk about it. They say when he truly gets both hands on somebody, it's over. Nobody escapes from him, and you saw it that time on Gillette.
3rd and 1. They go with 3 tight ends and put Murray back in the game. That's Hanna, the 3rd tight end, serving the role of fullback here. And Murray is able to utilize that to his advantage with a stiff arm. Picks up the first down.
Multi-faceted tackle here. Tyron Smith's going to get out in front of this one this time and do the kick out block. Going to allow DeMarco Murray to turn it up for the first down. Outstanding player, Tyron Smith, in the Pro Bowl a season ago. He is only going to get better. Really a fun matchup to watch against Robert Quinn and the Rams a week ago. What a fantastic game Tyron Smith had.
He started the resurrection of that offensive line, which had grown old back in 2011. Pass to the outside, caught by Williams, spins away, and Williams up to the 41-yard line for another Cowboy first down. Got away from Corey White.
Well, Al, what's happening is right now the Saints are just playing the run, and it is really making things tough on Corey White on the outside. We talked about Terrence Williams and the speed, but they are really so committed now with 8 guys trying to stop that run, bringing the safety up right around the line of scrimmage, that it's creating some opportunities. So actually the Cowboys throwing it a little more, I think, even than what they thought tonight.
And throwing it brilliantly. 9 of 9 is Romo. Now he hands the ball off to Murray. And another big gain here. First down to the Saints' 41-yard line goes DeMarco Murray, tackled by the safety Raphael Bush.
First round draft pick here, Zach Martin is going to set the tone, and then it's going to be Jason Witten and Ronald Leary pulling around, but that is a nice size hole right there. So now sometimes it works the other way. Al, sometimes you come out and you complete some passes, and all of a sudden the running game sets up. A lot of people think you have to run first, but not necessarily.
A great balance this far, Chris, with 8 rushes, 9 passes. Already running their 18th play of a quarter that has less than 20 seconds left in it. And now it's Joseph Randall, who's the number 3 running back, taking it to the 41-yard line. And that will take us into the second stanza, as the Dallas Cowboys look very sharp in the opening quarter. At home, trying to go to 3-1, leading at the end of one, 7-0. And Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages.